Hey, what's up, Doc? Say, I was just getting ready to take a trip to see some old ape friends of mine. Maybe if you're not too busy, you can come along for the ride. We're gonna be traveling a long way. You ready? Our first stop is Sumatra. That's an island in Indonesia, Doc. The first ape we will be encountering on our trip to this tropical island is the orangutan. So, I'll just click here. And hey, presto, we are here in the middle of the jungle. Wow, it's hard to spot apes in this thick jungle. Especially the little baby apes. Looks like that mama and baby are having fun just hanging around.
In the jungle, orangutans live in the treetops. They belong to the family of the tree-dwelling apes. Once they learn to climb, orangutans rarely move around on the ground. They use their long arms and legs to leap from creeper to creeper or hang from branches and swing from tree to tree. It's great fun.
Trees are not for apes. They're strictly for the birds, and birds are strictly for me.
Ooh, I turned into a putty tat.
Guess Sylvester found out that swinging from trees ain't as easy as it looks.
That's for sure, Bugs. It takes lots of practice. The name orangutan comes from the Malay language. It means jungle man, which is not too far from the truth. The orangutans belong to the family of the anthropoid apes, the primates, which means they are very closely related to human beings. But they're much stronger than humans, thanks to longer and more powerful arms and legs.
Well, all that might be true, but I'm still a pretty good tree climber, you know. Oh, those apes are such show-offs.
The baby orangutans instinctively hang on to their mother's fur. You might say they're very attached to their moms. The orangutans have no trouble reaching branches with their long arms. Outstretched, they are up to 8 feet long. Mother orangutans usually live alone with their babies. Sometimes several families who get along well together will form a group.
Say, these baby apes have got it made. Maybe I'll give it a try. Get a load of me, I'm a baby, but I'm not so fond of this diaper.
Be a good boy. Come to Mama.
Mama?
Now you be a good baby ape.
Mother orangutans carry their babies until they are 8 months old. Then the young ones have to learn to climb on their own. They start out by practicing on the lower branches, so they won't hurt themselves if they fall. Orangutans are just as playful as other baby animals. They love fooling around with their brothers and sisters.
Cheetah, play with your little brother.
Thanks for breaking my fall, Doc. He started it, Mommy. It's all his fault.
This little one has no brothers or sisters, so he plays on his own. Now, where did that branch go? If it's out of reach, you'll have to use your imagination, little guy. Very clever, but don't fall now. And when you start something, it's best to finish it. Orangutans live in the treetops because that's where they find their food. They eat leaves mostly, but sometimes small branches as well. What baby orangutans love most of all is cuddling. They cuddle in every possible position, or should we say, impossible position.
Now you play nice with your brother. They're so cute.
Bang, 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 bang. Oh, this is fun. Tee-hee, tee-hee. Oh, boy. Where? Tee-hee, tee-hee, bang.
The branches of young trees are an ideal playground for baby orangutans. There, they can learn everything they need to know about living in the trees. They just love hanging by their arms and swinging from branch to branch. It's a real swinging time. A baby orangutan stays with its mother for 3 or 4 years, drinking her milk the entire time. When they're about a year old, they begin eating real orangutan food, like leaves and fruit. Orangutans never go hungry. There's always plenty to eat in the tropical forest. This jungle dweller is a male orangutan. You can tell he's a male by the shape of his head and his shaggy fur. An orangutan can measure up to 5 feet 6 inches tall. Females can weigh over 100 pounds and males over 200 pounds, and they're extremely strong for their size.
They sure are. This orangutan is muscle-bound. Where'd he go?
Junior! There you are, Mama's boy. Oh.
An orangutan's hands are a lot like ours, with 4 slender fingers and a thumb. They have a very powerful grip, but their fingers are also quite nimble. Orangutans have very expressive faces, and just like humans, you can tell whether they are in a good or bad mood by the expression on their face.
He's a big mean ape!
Among the anthropoid apes, the orangutans are considered our most distant relatives. Orangutans live and sleep in the trees, and just like us, they enjoy a comfortable bed. But orangutans build their beds themselves. They collect twigs and weave them into a strong hammock between two sturdy branches. Then they cover it with leaves to make it nice and cozy. Looks like it's time for a nap. The orangutan's bed has to support a great deal of weight, so orangutans build a new bed every day. But they don't break up their old beds. There are orangutan beds in the jungle that are over 30 years old. A day in the life of an orangutan consists mainly of eating, swinging around in the trees, and making a bed for the night.
I'm thirsty. I want a drink.
It rains almost every day in the rainforest, usually between 2 and 5 in the afternoon. Orangutans just hate rain, so they always look for somewhere dry to take shelter. This cute little fellow has found a great place to hide. Oh, it looks like the storm has him scared. The rain finds its way into every little nook and cranny. But orangutans know how to keep the rain off their heads. The same leaves they love to eat also make great hats. Now here's a crafty fellow. He's just invented the orangutan umbrella.
Hope that little guy doesn't catch cold. While the orangutans wait for the sun to come out, let's move on to another continent to discover a new species of ape. I just click here, and away we go. We are off to Africa, north of the Congo.
Here we are in another magnificent rainforest. As you can see, it's always very foggy in the morning. A different family of anthropoid apes live here, the chimpanzees. Among the apes, the chimps are our closest relatives. They live mainly on the ground, but now and then they'll climb a tree or two.
I won't tell you again. Trees are for the birds.
Uh-oh, it's deja vu again. I thought putties were supposed to land on their tootsies.
Poor Sylvester, he never gives up.
Like all true primates, chimps are always in a playful mood. They just love clowning around with their brothers and sisters. It's not just for fun, though. It teaches them many things that will come in handy later. Their favorite game is to chase one another on the branches of trees until they bend under their weight. Chimpanzees have a talent that is very rare in the animal kingdom. They can use tools. When looking for food, they'll use branches or stones to reach the tastiest morsels. They even know how to crack nuts with stones.
They do seem very clever, but what I was wondering was how come they're always scratching their heads, like that guy? Now that's what I call using your head.
At first, the mothers break the nuts for their babies until the little ones get the hang of it themselves. The grown-ups are very good at nut cracking. They know they must be gentle when breaking open the shell. If they hit it too hard, they'll crush the soft nut inside, making it tougher to eat. So they take their time and do it right. Young chimpanzees learn a lot about nut cracking from watching their mothers, but it'll be a few years before they can do it as well. Nuts are an important part of the chimp's diet. They also eat flowers, leaves, buds, fruit, insects, and sometimes even meat. And like real gourmets, chimps take their time and enjoy their meal. Here's the dessert. These fruits are a real treat for chimps. This greedy monkey has nabbed a whole bunch of them to hide away for later. He just can't get enough.
Boy, you know, those chimpanzees really enjoy their a la carte buffet. Now, why don't we go to see another group of apes? This time we're going to travel all the way to a large island just off the east coast of Africa. It's called Madagascar. Let's just click on here, and we're off. Just look at the funny palm trees. They look like huge bottles. Hey, that must be why they're called bottle trees.
Madagascar is home to the biggest lemurs in the world, the Indris. Lemurs do not belong to the anthropoid ape family, but like their cousins, they live in the trees.
Well, here we go again. How many times did I tell you? Trees are for birds.
If you ask me, that ponytail doesn't like apes at all. Poor ponytail.
Indris have thick white fur, a dark face, and cute fluffy ears. They grow to a height of about 3 feet and eat fruit and leaves. They communicate with one another through strange clicking noises that sound a bit like bird calls. The remarkable thing about Indris is their jumping ability. They can leap over 10 yards, and thanks to their long arms, they can swing through the trees as well as any orangutan.
Just look at these cacti. They look ever so prickly with all those spikes. Not the sort of thing you would want to climb on. But the Indri seem to love them. With their slender arms and their long legs, they can climb all over them and even sit and jump onto branches without pricking themselves. They must have built-in springs to leap from branch to branch like that. They look like they're flying. It's a wonder they don't hurt themselves on those nasty prickles. Looks like Wile E. Coyote is trying to learn how to fly, just like one of those Indris.
How do they do it?
Yeah, you have to be an Indri to do that without getting hurt. They really are amazingly agile. Well, I guess the time has come for us to say so long to these fantastic acrobats. 'Cause guess what? I've got some other interesting apes I want you to meet. We're going back to the African mainland, but this time to the grasslands, known as the savannah.
That's right, Bugs. The apes that live here are at home on the ground. They're called baboons. You hardly ever see a baboon by himself. They live in large groups of at least 40. As they move about, baboons eat grass constantly. This little baby is only a few weeks old. Although he's still feeding on his mother's milk, he will often try to eat something a bit more substantial. But first he must learn the difference between a good meal and a bad one. And stones are definitely a bad meal.
Hey, kid, why don't you come on over here and get a nice ripe banana, hmm? If you eat your bananas, you'll grow up big and strong.
One for you and you and you.
Those apes sure love bananas.
Baby baboons have large ears and no fur on their tummies. Like many apes, the baboons help each other to keep their fur clean. It's called grooming and involves picking through the fur looking for lice and insects. This little one is sulking. He's bored because it's not his turn yet. Baboons don't just groom each other to stay clean. An adult baboon lets another adult groom it as a sign of submission. In this way, the pecking order of the group is maintained. In the end, they gain respect for each other and have a great time to boot.
You know, those apes have some really interesting ways of relaxing.
Baby baboons are allowed to do anything they please. Even when they get on everyone's nerves, they're never scolded or spanked. And when a baby baboon is tired of walking, he just clings to his mother's tummy or jumps up on her back. Since baboons live in the trees and rocks as well as on the ground, the young ones must learn to climb, and they do so under their mother's watchful eye. Baboons are champion rock climbers. They feel secure among the rocks because their archenemy, the leopard, rarely ventures onto rocky ground. See what skillful climbers they are? Even the little ones learn to scale the smooth rock face in no time.
Hey, this rock climbing stuff's a cinch. I even taught Sylvester Jr. how to do it.
You're almost to the top, Father, and I think you've done a really great job.
You see, son, there's nothing to it. If baboons can do it, there's no earthly reason why a cat shouldn't do it too.
But, Father, I want to go higher. Look how high the baboons have climbed. I want to go up there, too. In my book on mountain climbing, it says that
Never mind what the book says, son. I'll teach you all you need to know about rock climbing.
My father is the best. Oops. Oh, Father, you were making a fool of yourself in front of all those baboons.
Not at all, son. I was merely demonstrating a scientific principle. What goes up must come down.
A group of baboons always travel in a well-established order. Males are at the front and back of the group, while females and children are in the middle. The older females stay to the outside. That way the little ones are well protected. Baboons are always on the lookout for tasty food. Cacti are one of their favorite delicacies.
Those baboons are making that cactus look delicious.
I'm not hungry for cactus anymore.
But those baboons sure are hungry. They just love cacti.
Along with cacti, they like to eat all sorts of fruit and foliage, and even insects and spiders. But a cactus is their favorite dish because of the juicy pulp inside.
Juicy pulp sounds delicious.
That Daffy, he never gives up.
Eating the inside sounds much easier and less painful. Huh? Go ahead, enjoy your juice.
Looks like that mouse put one over on Daffy. Now it's time for dessert. This baboon is climbing an agave plant to pick the fruit. Don't fall now, little fella.
This baboon has such a sweet tooth, he's ready to climb through the thorniest bushes to get at the tasty berries. This mother baboon is showing her little one how to collect ants. They must be eaten quickly, however, before they get a chance to sting.
Well, it looks like it's time for the baboons to continue on their way through the grasslands of Africa. So, why don't we move on to the plateaus of Africa, where if we're lucky, we might just run into another fascinating race of apes. I click on gorilla, and hey, presto! Here we are in the forest of Rwanda.
The gorilla is the biggest of all the anthropoid apes. It lives in the forests of Central Africa. Like baboons, gorillas live mainly on the ground. They travel in groups of between 5 and 30 and obey a strict pecking order. The leader is always a big, strong male, easily recognizable by the silver fur on his back. That's why we call him a silverback. In a group of gorillas, there is often a second in command called the blackback. The blackback is also a powerful male, but younger than the silverback. Normally, gorillas move around on all fours, not on the palms of their hands, but on their knuckles and fists. They can also stand up straight and walk on 2 legs if they choose.
Gorillas are the biggest apes. They're much bigger than most people. Hey, pick on someone your own size, you big ape. Come down here so I can look you in the eye.
An adult male can grow up to 7 feet tall and weigh over 700 pounds. If you come across one in the forest, you'd best not disturb him. You can tell gorillas by their prominent muzzles, their wide, flat noses, and their black skin. They also have stubby but powerful fingers. Like humans, they have no fur on the palms of their hands or the soles of their feet.
Like all baby animals, young gorillas like to play. Even the little guys romp and fight to see who's strongest.
Papa Silverback plays the part of referee. The fighting may look a little rough sometimes, but there is never any real danger. Sometimes the wrestling even looks a bit like cuddling. The little ones love chasing each other through the trees, but it'll be 10 years before the youngsters grow as big and strong as their daddy, so there's plenty of time for fun and games.
And one day, son, you'll be as big and strong as your father. And then you can really show those gorillas.
Oh, the shame of it. I cannot bear to watch. Get him, father!
I think I have them just about where I want them, son.
I got a feeling Sylvester's in for a rough time.
It's never a good idea to make a gorilla angry. When the young ones beat their chests with their fists, they're saying, "Look at me, I'm the strongest." They do it to show how tough and brave they are.
Gorilla Reserve, eh? Well, what does this look like?
Stop shouting or I'll throw you out!
Hey, it's not me! Blame it on the bossa nova! Or blame it on that long-eared character out there yelling his brains out!
Where is he?
Yeah. Huh? I was just having a little fun with it, Mac.
When the gorillas find a nice, juicy tree, the leader of the group, the old Silverback, is the first to help himself. Only at his signal does his second in command, the Blackback, climb up to eat his share, while the others have to wait their turn. The best leaves are at the top of the tree, and that's also where you get the finest view. Although gorillas climb trees only to eat and sleep, they're still very agile climbers. They have to be careful, though. The branches can easily snap under their tremendous weight.
I'll go, Pup.
Don't be silly. I'm going up.
Ooh.
Instead of climbing down, the gorillas often use the tree trunk as a sliding pole. It's easier, of course, when there aren't so many creepers around the trunk. After the midday meal, all the animals begin gathering together in the clearing. The trees gradually empty out.
Ooh, I thought I saw a putty tag. Oh, putty! If it's not one thing, it's another.
Blackback makes sure nobody's missing, but there are always slowpokes bringing up the rear. Silverback looks angry as one by one the slowpokes arrive, but there are still some missing. If they take much longer, it'll be too late for them to join the group on its next journey. Blackback growls and beats his chest to show how angry he is. The last of the latecomers straggle in. The gorilla group is complete at last and can continue on its way.
We got lots of new horizons to discover together. I hope you enjoyed our journey to Monkey Country. Let's say goodbye to our gorilla friends. Listen, if you want to come with me to explore other lands, there are lots more animals for you to see. We could go to the land of the elephants. Or discover the animals that live in the sea. Or how about Bear Country? Or even Lion Land.